Hello once again and a very warm welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News, which is coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Amina Jibril. Now a quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and free to air on Nigecomsat. Vice President Kashim Shettima has assured Nigerians that the current administration of President Bola Tinubu will continue to provide the values of the democratic systems by fixing major weaknesses of the economy, securing communities, fighting corruption, and strengthening the independence of the judiciary and improving national cohesion. Shettima, represented by Special Advisor on Political Issues Hakim Baba Ahmed, stated this in Abuja at the National Conference on Strengthening Democracy in Nigeria. He said while democracy is not a perfect system, it is still considered the best form of government compared to others. And the Lagos State House of Assembly has said it is expecting former Speaker Mudashiru Obasa to resume into the House before it determines the next line of action, including a possible probe. The spokesperson for the House, Olukayode Ogundikpe, disclosed this in an interview in Alausa, Ikeja, asked if the Assembly would submit a petition to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, to probe the ex-speaker. The Assembly spokesperson representing Oshodi Constituency 1 said that will be expatiated when the former speaker is on the ground. Probably a committee will be set up to look into the matter, or probably it will also be looked at by the leadership of the House. And the Lagos State University, LASU, has unveiled a cutting-edge application, LASU Talkspace, designed to facilitate e-conference, e-meetings, and e-seminars. The innovative platform, developed by the university's Directorate of Information and Communication Technology, DICT, headed by Professor Toyin Enikumehi, aims to provide a reliable and secured alternative to popular virtual meetings tools like Zoom, Teams, and Google Meet. This was contained in a statement by the Directorate of the Information and Communications Technology, stating that approved by the Chancellor, Professor Ibiyemi Olatunji Bello, LASU Talkspace app is now available for use by the university community and the general public. And the Osun State House of Assembly has confirmed the 3 nominees to serve on the appeal tribunal for the upcoming local government election in the state. Those screened and confirmed are Oluwaseun Ajoba, Latifat Agbaje, and Tajuddin Giwa. The members of the tribunal were screened following their formal nomination by the Osun State Chief Judge, Justice Oyebola Ojo, who congratulated the nominees, urging them to prioritize the interests of the state in their upcoming responsibilities. And the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the last Edo State governorship election, Dr. Asue Ighodalo, has filed a 500 million naira defamation lawsuit against the acting chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in Edo State, Jared Tenebe. The case was filed at the Lagos State High Court, Tafawa Balewa Square. Ighodalo is seeking damages, a retraction of the alleged defamatory statement, and a public apology from Tenebe. The lawsuit follows an alleged defamatory statement made by Tenebe in a viral video on December 10, 2024, accusing Ighodalo of corruption and misappropriation of state funds. Also in the news, the Federal Road Safety Corps FRSC has warned Nigerians to stop scooping fuel from crushed trucks loaded with petrol products. The FRSC Corps Marshal Shehu Mohammed gave this warning while addressing newsmen in Abuja on its recently concluded Operation Zero Tolerance. Mohammed explained that fallen tankers were the reason for the rise in fatalities in 2024, adding that the situation was worrisome, especially in cases of fatalities as a result of scooping of petroleum products from crushed tankers in Niger and Jigawa states. And the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, has disclosed that the deadly explosion in Sabon Pegi, located in the Mashegu local government area of Niger State, which resulted in the tragic death of 3 individuals and the destruction of 40 houses, was caused by the illegal stockpiling of explosives by resident Yusha Ume Kampala. According to a statement issued by the Minister's Special Assistant on Media, Shegun Tomori, Kampala's unauthorized accumulation of these dangerous materials was the direct trigger for the incident. The statement pointed out that the resident is believed to have been involved in purchasing and storing explosives and their accessories in a house in the area following a preliminary investigation. In commemoration of the Data Privacy Week, the Accountability Lab Nigeria has organized a 2-day workshop for Federal High Court judges, magistrates, and other legal practitioners aimed at drawing awareness to digital rights and the role of judiciary in their protection. Sharon Aji completes the story.
Digital rights are the human rights that apply to the digital world. They protect fundamental rights like freedom of expression, privacy, and access to information in the context of the internet, social media, and other digital technologies. The Accountability Lab Nigeria Country Director, OD Friday, stated that it is crucial to facilitate the conversation with the judges in order to raise awareness on digital rights and close the gap between the data protection rights and legal practitioners.
Basically, we're having a digital rights innovation lab conversation. Basically, it looks at seeing how we can improve the conversation on digital rights on the National Data Protection Act and how citizens are able to uphold their rights and understand their rights when it comes to digital or data protection and data privacy. We are working together today with judges to create an understanding, to create a conversation where we are able to understand their role in protecting the freedom of expression in Nigeria, freedom of association, as it aligns with the current situation which we have seen in the digital ecosystem or the digital sphere.
Digital gender media rights advocate Mojurayo Ogunlana expressed optimism and applauded the judges for their interest in and commitment to the cause of digital rights awareness.
As a public speaker, one of the things I do is to assess my audience at every point in time. So you see that sometimes I take out time to say brainstorming. I do that deliberately to let them engage. But I see that normally judges will not engage in public fora like that. But the few that were engaging, you could see that they were listening very carefully. Even the ones that were not even addressing the topic, as I was saying, they were listening and they were following. And again, we've already made up our minds that we will still share the slides with them, that they can even digest it. And also, what we have done now, we have raised questions that they will want to research on their own.
The judiciary plays a crucial role in the protection of digital rights by interpreting and applying existing laws to the digital technologies. Sharon Ajay reporting for Global TV News.
Also in the news, President of the Senate Godswill Akpabio has reaffirmed Nigeria's readiness to collaborating with Switzerland to drive innovation, diversify the economy and create lasting opportunities for future generations. Akpabio highlighted Nigeria's position as Africa's largest economy and a member of the African Continental Free Trade Area, emphasizing the country's willingness to engage with the European Free Trade Association beyond traditional trade partnerships. The head of the European Union delegation to Nigeria and Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, Ambassador Gushia Mignot, has called on ECOWAS to adopt a new approach in its dealings with Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, collectively known as the Alliance of Sahel States. Speaking in Abuja during a media briefing, Mignot expressed the EU's regret over the withdrawal of the 3 nations from ECOWAS, emphasizing that regional integration is vital for prosperity and stability. And President Bola Tinubu has commissioned multiple projects executed by Kogi State Governor Ahmed Ododo as part of the governor's 1-year anniversary. The president was represented by Vice President Kashim Shettima, who arrived in company of APC National Chairman Umar Ganduje and the Edo State Governor Monday Kwegbolo. The project first commissioned in the state are Zone 8 Zango Daji Kaduna Junction Road and Zone 8 Crusher Road. Addressing the president's delegation, Governor Ododo said the projects demonstrate his desire to improving the well-being of the people of Kogi State. You're watching the live broadcast of Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. When the news returns, Hamas rejects U.S. plan for Palestinian relocation to Egypt and Jordan. Details of that report, as well as business and sports stories, coming right after this break. Please stay with us. Thank you for staying tuned. If you're just joining, it is Midday News on Global Television. And now on the business scene. Africa's ballooning debt is hampering its economies and dimming its prospect of a brighter future. This has led to countries fashioning out strategies to tackle the continent's poor handling of its debt distress and negotiations in the face of a skewed global financing architecture at the recently launched Debt Management Forum for Africa in Nigeria. As many African countries struggle to cope with their debt burden amid an increasingly volatile and uncertain as well as digital global economy, several African countries have been contracting loans allegedly channeled to wrong investments. And petroleum product marketers have expressed fears that the instability in the prices of premium motor spirits petrol may lead to an epileptic PMS supply in filling stations. The marketers noted that though fuel scarcity may not exist due to local refining capacity, filling stations owners are now hesitant to lift the products from depot. In an interview, the National Publicity Secretary of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, IPMAN, Chinedu Ukadike, emphasized that the traders lose billions of naira whenever the prices of petroleum products like PMS and diesel are reduced. Meanwhile, crude oil prices dropped by 8% to $78.17 per barrel from more than $85 per barrel this past weekend, causing imported petroleum product prices to crash in the domestic market. At the previous price of $85 per barrel of crude oil, a major feedstock for refining, the price of diesel stood at 1,145 naira per litre. However, in its latest reports, the Major Energy Marketers Association of Nigeria put the price of imported diesel at 1,045 naira 15 kobo per litre, indicating a decrease of 8.7% from 1,145 naira per litre. And the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, has pledged to its oversight of capital market operators to ensure strict adherence to regulations and enhance investor confidence in Nigeria's financial system. Speaking at the office launch of Nuremberger Asset Management Limited and the 2025 Capital Market Outlook event in Abuja, the SEC Director General, Dr. M. Motimi Agama, reaffirmed the Commission's zero-tolerance policy for infractions and outlined key initiatives for the coming year. Agama announced that the SEC would prioritize risk-based supervision and closely monitor operators to ensure compliance. From that, now we move on to the foreign scene, where U.S. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order aimed at eliminating what he referred to as transgender ideology from the military, marking a significant step back for LGBTQ rights. During a series of military-related announcements aboard Air Force One, President Trump also called for the development of a U.S. equivalent of Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system. The executive orders reinstated service members who had been dismissed for refusing the COVID-19 vaccine and expanded efforts to eliminate diversity programs within the armed forces. Hamas has unequivocally rejected a proposal by United States President Donald Trump to relocate Palestinians from the Gaza Strip to Egypt and Jordan, describing the plan as an attempt to undermine the Palestinian cause and displace its people. In a statement, Hamas condemned the proposal as an aggressive scheme that disregards the historical and national rights of Palestinians. The group stressed that Palestinians who have endured years of conflict and forced displacement remain resolute in their commitment to their homeland. A rare human case of bird flu has been detected in England. The UK Health and Security Agency announced this on Monday. The agency said in a statement that the person acquired the infection on a farm where they had close and prolonged contact with a large number of infected birds. The risks to the wider public continues to be very low. The individual who caught the H5N1 infection in England's West Midlands is well and has been admitted to a high consequence infectious disease unit, according to the statement. And King Charles has traveled to Poland, where he met with Holocaust survivors and said the act of remembering the evils of the past remains a vital task. Report says this is a profound visit for him, with one aide describing it as a deeply personal pilgrimage. Back in the United Kingdom, Prime Minister Keir Starmer, who will join the survivors at the official commencement in London to mark Holocaust Memorial Day, has renewed his commitment to ensuring all schools teach pupils about the Holocaust, warning that society must make never again finally mean what it says. And now to the world of sport. Al Nassr has opened talks with Bayern Leverkusen over a deal to sign forward Victor Boniface. The Saudi Pro League side wanted to bring in Boniface as a replacement for Anderson Talisca, who has agreed a deal to join Fenerbahce. According to reports, Al Nassr have started official talks to sign the Nigerian in a bid to beat competition from Premier League clubs to the 24-year-old. And Brazilian star Neymar has ended his injury-plagued 18-month stay in Saudi Arabia as his club. Al Hilal, in a statement, said they had agreed to terminate the player's contract by mutual consent. The 32-year-old former Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain forward just 7 times since joining the club in August 2023, despite a reported salary of around $104 million a year. Neymar, the subject of what is still the biggest transfer in football history, when he joined Paris Saint-Germain from Barcelona in 2017 for a fee of €220 million, equivalent to $230 million, joined Al Hilal in August 2023. Meanwhile, Brazilian club Santos are in talks to re-sign Neymar after his contract with Saudi Pro League side Al Hilal was cancelled by mutual consent. 32-year-old Brazilian international is expected to sign a short-term deal at the club where he began his career. The termination of his contract at Al Hilal was considered the biggest step. And British heavyweight Dillian Whyte is targeting a trilogy fight with Anthony Joshua as he vows to retire his bitter rival. The heavyweight duo first clashed on the amateur circuit 16 years ago as the body snatcher claimed a point victory over a novice Joshua who had not long had his first contest when the pair met. Their bitter feud was reignited in December 2015 when Anthony Joshua captured the vacant British heavyweight title with an explosive 7th-round knockout victory over Whyte, who had rocked Joshua in the second round before eventually suffering the first defeat of his professional career. And that's it on Global Television Midday News. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365, on Star Times channel 276, and free-to-air on iComSat. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. I am Amina Jibril. Thank you for watching and have a good afternoon.